Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ascending Gamers podcast, where two cringe gamers talk about how to be productive. My name is Jack, your host, and we have Stuart here as our co-host for tonight's podcast. Let's begin the podcast. Annyeonghaseyo. Hello, Stuart. How have you been?
Yes, I'm pretty fine.
Oh,
Just-
sound different, oh. Microphone sound different, ah. New mic,
do you
new
want?
mic.
What do you want from me?
Well, basically, earlier we were discussing about his new mic, and he seems to have a bit of a technical difficulty, I guess. But if you guys are hearing his mic and for the first time this time, you probably wouldn't notice anything. But if you compare it with the last one, and if there is any differences, then we apologize for the technical difficulties. But if you don't think there is any difference at all, then enjoy the episode. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Hashtag sponsor, please.
Sheesh. Okay.
I
Anyways, yeah. How's life?
Video, just working on it, and also deciding when to continue my studies, further studies.
Oh, good luck, man.
How's my life? I'm pretty tired though thinking about it sometimes. Lately I've been thinking whether to continue or not because the only matter is money. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, no money, how to do anything, right?
Yes, the only matter is money, not about the time.
Exactly.
I don't mind I graduate like 30 years old, but money.
It's
Better
all
get the
about the money. Yeah. Yeah. Still, if you do have money, sometimes is the difficult part is also trying to decide. Yeah, that's one of the
And
The
that
tough part,
goes
right?
to our title of today: how to be productive.
how to be productive. So yes, about productivity, right? So do you have any experience about this? Like, how do you get yourself ready for a productive day and trying to grind out your projects, stuff like that? Like, do you have any experience to it?
No,
Oh
only a
no.
bad influence.
Oh no. What kind of
Because-
bad influence, man?
You have to learn from Jack, but me here are a learner of soul.
Come on,
From-
share lah. Like, what kind of difficult, bad influences have you like gone through, man?
If I have a lot of things to do on hands,
Mm-hmm.
people advise me to do it one at a time. But it feels like that's a lot. When I'm thinking about doing the assignment, my
Mhm.
head hurts. When my head started hurts a bit, I'll go to the bed and sleep. Very bad influence, and
Cool.
then I never get my things done.
Oh, copium, coping with the it's so difficult, too much to do. Oh, coping. Just sleep, a bit
Yeah,
headache,
just sleep. But I'm not sure how I surpassed all the semester in my foundation. But
Mhm.
came to degree, I can't put the blame to COVID making us to go online study.
Yeah.
During foundation, I already have this kind of symptoms, but I still can do my homework.
Yeah, we can't really like blame COVID about everything now, right? It's been already around 1 to 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can't really we shouldn't like keep on blaming COVID for our own like problems. Yeah, it's time to like grow already as humans, right? It's time for us to evolve, right? So yeah, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about how do we become more productive in our own in our own projects and stuff like that. When we plan to do something, we gotta be productive about it to meet the end of the deadline,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
If you make a promise to someone, you have to do it. Yeah.
if you don't, people's gonna be disappointed, and then your reputation, like, people look at you as incapable or unreliable, and then you feel bad about that, right?
Yes.
Nobody wants to go through that. Nobody wants to be judged like that, right? Yeah. So we that's what we do here, man. We talk about it and we try to discover and try to understand our problems as gamers, right? Both gamers, we play games, we like playing games, and both of us, most of us, for sure at some point experience this kind of productivity lacking kind of thing, right? We just sitting at home and then we just play game. Like, is it productive? No, unless you're doing content, right? When you stream, you make content playing games, then that's where you actually are productive, right?
Yes.
So now let's talk about it. Us gamers, how do we become much more productive when we do plan to do something? How do we get productive? How do we make
like,
ourselves do something?
I have a case also, like for this Genshin Impact Twitch streamers recruitment. I was thinking last time I did this before. I streamed like 15 hours already. I got my 500 emojis, but for this time I kind of demotivated to do it.
Why?
Because I'm not sure during that time do I think about the reward is only eligible for 1,800 streamers only. I don't know have this term or not. That time I just do it 15 hours already. I just submit my records of me doing the 15 hours of stream. Submit the records in screenshot version. In screenshot.
Yeah.
After that, I got my rewards after 1 month. 500 promotions. But this time, I kind of not motivated to do it because if you do streaming right, you can't talk freely in the stream.
What does that mean?
You can't talk freely. Like you can't discuss things that you want to say in stream. Maybe later you'll get banned.
You can actually. You just need to know the keywords, but you can actually express yourself more freely on stream because it's your personality,
I'm still wondering,
right?
like Tecton also might express his feelings on Twitch also.
He does that as long as he abide the Twitch guidelines and he don't do something controversial like talk about politics. I don't know lah, stuff like that is kind of controversial. As long as you don't touch those kind of topics, then he's good, you know. Yeah, but he still flame the community and flame everybody else, and Twitch doesn't kick him or ban him, whatever. Well, as long as he doesn't show nudity, you know, pornography, he doesn't show that, then he's good, you know. He still flame everybody, people can report him for that, but
I was like, last time I do streaming, I don't think that much. Like, wow, why are people watching me and laugh at me? Oh, your spider whistle sucks, man. What the heck? Do something about it.
Everyone's
yesterday
different.
I was like, wow, if I do streaming yesterday playing Genshin for 5 hours, right? It's easy 15 hours.
True.
Rest, right? Yeah.
But the content trying to make content is what drains people, right? Because you're actually trying to be productive. You're actually trying to make content. That's different from just playing a game casually, you know. Yeah, so it's for sure. It's probably that's one of the reasons why you don't feel like doing the streamer event thing that Hoyoverse gave us, right? Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons, because you actually need to put effort a bit, but if you don't talk, you can also get the rewards if you don't talk, stuff like that. But trying to pump out hours instead of just enjoying the game, it's like you have that like ticking clock in your mind, like, oh, I need to do hours. I need to do hours and make sure I do that hours per day just to get the quota, right?
Yeah.
Then you definitely feel exhausted doing it because you just came back from work and you still want to do it. Well, more exhausted, because you still need to think about, I need to put 3 hours or 4 hours for starting from now for today just to meet the quota. Wow, more exhausted bro. So it kind of makes sense. You probably don't want to do it because you started to work, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that about productivity. How do we actually overcome something like that, right? How do we overcome being lazy about something? But this is your problem. Is not kind of related to productivity, because you literally go to work. Like, you go to work. That's already using productivity there. So when you come back and then you start feeling like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, I just want to play my game and rest, right? That also factors in to our topic today, There is a reason why we feel this way where we feel this way every time we come back from work. Because we are productive at work. We pump out our all. Like, we try our best to do what it takes to satisfy our bosses and our customers that we serve,
Yes.
right? We pump out the productivity every day, That's why when we come back, suddenly like no mood. People ask you, hey, can you help me do things? You're like, I don't want to.
I want to
Like,
play my games.
I just want to play my game. I want to rest, man. Yeah. Let's talk about it, man. Like, why do we feel like that? Like imagine if your parents, your family members ask you to do something, just a small thing, and then you really feel so bad, like, oh, I don't want to do it, man. And then you start to feel the emotions of like annoyance and frustration. And then what happens? What happens? You may get into conflict with your family members just because you're no mood, right? And we can actually avoid something like that. Okay? Now let's talk about it. Productivity is a limited source. Okay? We all know how we like being lazy and go off on our day and enjoy life, right? We never use our productivity, we never use that resource. But when it comes to actually starting to use that productivity resource, we will drain it. It's like a meter. Like a meter, like there is a cooldown of that meter, and then it will drain slowly every time you use it, right? And after you finish that meter, we all feel burnt out. That's how if you play too much games, you grind Valorant too hard, you grind Overwatch for the SR, for ranked, you start feeling burnt out because you're actually trying to pump your productivity in your brain, thinking strategies, executing the strategies, all of that. And then by the end of the day, all of your productivity is gone. And then you will just feel like shit and fuck it, I don't care, right? Okay, we need to look at it in a way where it's structural. When you want to make progress, like you want to get from point A to point B, right? You need to take some time. You need to take time to do something, right? You don't think that you can reach there so easily just by putting as much as you can, 110% on one day. If you do that, by the next day, you'll feel burnt out from yesterday's hard work, and then you won't feel like doing it at all because you put all of your effort. Like, oh, I'm so motivated today. I'm gonna do everything today. I'm gonna do my best to pump out my productivity and really grind it out. And then by the next day, you're like so burnt out. Like, oh, I just take a day off lah. And then the next day, you remember the trauma from the last few days ago. Oh shit, trauma. I don't do lah. Then you're not feeling productive at all anymore. Like, come on, because productivity is a resource. It's a limited one, and we need to know how to allocate it throughout the schedule. Like, oh, I'm gonna pump out my all for 1 hour. I know I can do it. Then slowly after that, reduce it a bit, calm down a bit. Like, don't simply do things. I just calm down a bit, relax, take a break from trying to put too much productivity into your projects or something like that. And then by the time you're okay, when you're ready, you can do another task. Don't go back to the same task and like grind it. Like, okay, do another task a bit for a few minutes. Like, oh, change the task of your project. Like, oh, I'm gonna work on the creativity part of the project. Okay, now I need to go back on the writing. So I go back on the writing. After the writing, calm down a bit. Okay, let's go back to this and that. Trying to separate your tasks. Don't grind it. Grinding it is what melts your productivity. That's how productivity works. It's like a resource. What do you think, Stu?
Yes, I agree what you said. Because the points that you mentioned, I mean, the things that you mentioned just now, like you were so motivated to do the things like in one day, but the next day you feel like I have to go through this again. Maybe not. I take a day off.
Yeah.
Then tomorrow, another tomorrow, something like that.
Yeah. And then you start to
I agree. You
procrastinate.
should like balance it. Like even you're doing workout, right? Like you go to the gym, right? You're like, oh, I'm so motivated. Today I'm gonna run 15 laps. Then tomorrow,
Oh, tired, man.
me.
No mood, man. Aish.
I think I have to set a schedule for next time I go to the park to jog. Maybe I can have consistent results.
Yeah. Yeah, but hey, we know we humans don't like to set schedules for ourselves, and we don't. We also don't like to
Yeah.
follow our own schedule. We can make the schedule like, whoa, so epic, make the schedule. But then when we try to follow it consistently, that's where the problem comes, because we like to do what we want to do. We like to enjoy content. We like to enjoy entertainment. We don't want to follow a very strict schedule. I don't like to do that.
But
You
we have to, because maybe this drastic change give a drastic result.
Yeah, I agree. If we do something following a schedule, we're definitely gonna have good results, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but on our mental state, when we constantly try to grind it like that, when we follow very strictly, like 7 p.m. straight, 7 p.m. we're gonna sleep, something like that. Wait, come on, we humans inconsistent. We know already. Sometimes human errors happen, stuff like that, right? So what we can try to do to at least alleviate some of the stress in our mind to follow the schedule, point A to point B perfect. How do we alleviate that? Is try to do this as much as you can in the schedule. Just how do I explain this? Try to take off the good things that you can do. Like, maybe it's okay if I don't sleep early tonight, but the important things, you make sure you've done that. You know what I mean? Like, no need to like so perfect timing to do everything. Just following a strict schedule, you're gonna feel burnt out every day doing it, because we humans don't like to do that. We want to do our thing sometimes. Sometimes we want to take 3 hour TikTok binge watching. Sometimes we want to binge watch an entire anime series in 5 hours, instantly shoot. Yeah, sometimes we want to do that. But if we always limit ourselves to a schedule, we're gonna feel like shit. We're gonna, oh, come on, man, I'm gonna stop on this episode. I cannot, the episode's so good, I stop, You're gonna feel frustrated, and then you're gonna spend that mental energy, What?
Sacrifice my sleep though
Yeah, I know. But hey,
to watch.
that's how strict that's how schedules work. But we to avoid those kind of like mental like emotional feeling, like, I cannot do this, I have to swap already, I have to do something else now at 7 p.m. perfect timing. How do we alleviate it? Is we try our best to do the important things of the day. We make sure we complete that. And once we're done with that, we don't need to fully follow the schedule anymore, because we done the important things already. That's how we make sure our schedule works, and also our mental state can tahan a bit. Like, we can still breathe.
Understandable.
Yeah, that is one of the ways to be productive also. Just setting up a schedule
yes.
that you can do realistically. Let's say realistically complete the schedule for today. Then we can do whatever the F we want. Or the next hour, like, I have done my project. I make sure I do point A to point B already. Not complete the project not complete, but I have done point A to point B already. And I feel okay, still feel not so burnt out, because I didn't grind the project. My deadline is next week. So today I do point A, point B, enough now. I don't need to grind it. So tomorrow I do another point A to point B, point B to point C. tomorrow. I don't need to do now. If I do now, I'm gonna get tired, and then I don't want to do tomorrow for sure. So like that lah, something like that. Small, what do you call it? Sections. Doing a schedule in small sections. You know what I mean? So you don't get burnt out, and you still have productivity left throughout the day. So when your mom or your dad asks you, "Hey, can you help me for this?" you definitely feel obligated. You feel like, "Hey, I'm okay. I don't feel tired. Can. I help. No problem." You know? Yeah. Because if you imagine if you grind that project, you grind throughout the day, you're trying to do your best to make sure you complete so you can submit next week perfectly, and you don't need to worry about it throughout the week. You can do that. But after that, your mental state will definitely be tired as F. And then when somebody asks you to do something for them, you feel like, well, I don't know. Then you show the attitude, you know? You show the attitude, then then suddenly drama happen. Oh no, drama lagi worse lah. Later whole night don't want to do anything lah. Because drama already. Family drama, yeah. We all been through that. Yeah. Then suddenly no mood already. Then tomorrow also like a bit no mood because later look at your your family member's face, like they stare at you like, oh, yesterday flame me, oh. Okay, today I don't talk to you. Something like that. You know? Yeah. So do you think we cover most of it? Like productivity is kind of like that. You know, if you know how to limit your meter, if you know how to exhaust your meter accordingly to the schedule, instead of grinding out your meter, finish all your productivity in one day. And if you know how to maintain it and allocate it to different parts of the day, then I think by the end of the day, you will still have some productivity, some energy left lah, to do something like motivation or that energy lah. That's what I'm talking about lah. That energy you still have at the end of the day, and tomorrow you'll be refreshed again. When you wake up, like, oh, I recharge my energy, I recharge my productivity, so I can definitely continue doing whatever I need to do tomorrow. Right? What do you think? It's something like that only, right?
Yep.
Productivity, ladies and gentlemen. We got that covered for tonight's episode. And so, anything to add on?
No. Like.
All right. That's it for tonight's podcast. Thank you, Stuart, for being a wonderful co-host. Thank you, listeners, for staying till the end. You guys can join our Discord on the link in the description. We upload our podcasts every Wednesday. So, with that said, take care. Game on.